There is irrefutable video evidence that Rishi Sunak's premiership is in danger of sinking because he is unable to stop the boats bringing his white elephants from Rwanda to the white cliffs of Dover. Rishi and his ever-decreasing circle of allies are desperately trying to fend off opposition from the left and the right to the white elephant scheme of offshoring UK's asylum processing to Rwanda. Opponents from the right want the Prime Minister to launch the project by breaking national and international law. Opponents from the left want the project scrapped. Rishi, however, would like to believe that he can wave a magic wand to overcome one of the key objections raised by the Supreme Court when they ruled the scheme unlawful. This was that the country was not safe for housing asylum seekers from the UK because of Rwanda's human rights record. Astonishingly, the besieged PM and his allies have concluded that a country whose citizens are fleeing and successfully seeking asylum in other countries, including the UK, can by an act of parliament be declared a safe country whose human rights record meets the highest standards of international law for the purpose of processing UK asylum seekers. This staggering opinion is further compounded by the fact that, as evidenced by the clip provided at the end of this video, Paul Kagame, Rwanda's autocratic leader for the last 3 decades, has publicly and repeatedly rejected the highest standards of international law in assessing his government's human rights record. He routinely declares himself an advocate of African values, which is a euphemism for suppressing any opposition and arbitrarily abusing the basic human rights of his fellow citizens. Consequently, the UK Parliament, passing a law to declare Rwanda a safe country to house UK asylum seekers, contrary to independent evidence, will open the UK to ridicule and reproach in equal measure. The inherent conflict between Kagame's African values and Western values makes it impossible for Rwanda's human rights record to meet the highest standards of international law required by the UK Supreme Court. Matters have been made worse for Sunak by the recent LBC revelation that the £290 million that the UK government has spent on the moribund Rwanda scheme to date could have cleared the backlog of asylum applications. This has strengthened the opposition from the left and further underscored the fact that the scheme is a white elephant project designed to appeal to the anti-immigration sentiments of the right-wing electorate. So, it would appear that the white elephants of Rwanda are about to breach the white cliffs of Dover.
My name is Ansoy from the BBC. I have a quick question for President Kagame. As chair of the Commonwealth, I wonder what your priority will be, especially in terms of upholding the values of democracy and human rights, given that there's been a lot of scrutiny on your country and the record of your government, and critics have been pointing out the number of opposition leaders and journalists who are in prison. I wonder what your leadership of this organization is going to look like in the face of that.
Right. I want to assure you, there is nobody in the BBC or anywhere else thereabout who would be holding values better than we do here in Rwanda. Except if you just want to cover up the mistakes of the same people who want to define these values for us.